Hey, what's up? It is August 9th, I think, right? 10th? August 10th, 2019, and we are heading down to Eureka, California for the half marathon in the morning. We have like a 6-hour drive or something like that. We're stopping at In-N-Out Burger for lunch, and I might just cry. I'm so excited. And then pack and pick up, finding something for lunch, and then I guess staying at our cabin. Hopefully tomorrow's race, I think it's supposed to be about 60 degrees at race time. Hopefully it goes pretty well. It's supposed to be at sea level, so I hope that kind of helps with going fast-ish. I'm not as fast as I used to be, and that's fine. I'm fine. But excited to see what's in store. Apparently it's by the redwoods, so I might see some shit. So, it's been a minute, hasn't it, since I ran my last half marathon, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and I'm just now recording this because I honestly forgot, I think, but, my next half marathon is like 2 weeks away, I want to say, because it is August the 28th, and my next one is on September 15th. It's like my sister's birthday present, kind of. But yeah, so Eureka. First off, California is weird. As soon as we got in the state, they pulled us over and asked us if we had any fruit. And we were just like, no, we don't have any fruit. And that's just like the first state that I've ever gone into and they did anything like that. It's weird. But we got in. We were able to check into our KOA cabin. Fine. And it was actually pretty nice compared to the tent that we've been staying in, or had been staying in at that point. We just upgraded our tent to like a little mansion thing. It's pretty nice now. And today actually we're upgrading from our air mattress to cot, because last night the air mattress decided it didn't want to work anymore, and I am not playing that game because I need sleep. But anyway, so we checked in, and then we went and we got Mexican food in the next town over, which I don't even remember what town it was anymore. But it was like 5-10 minutes from our hotel, or our little cabin. And I learned the hard way that if you're gonna get Chipotle anything, it's not gonna be super savory and cheesy like you want it to be. It's actually gonna be super hot. And I could barely eat it. And when I asked for queso, he gave me shredded cheese instead of like the sauce. And I was like, not quite, but I'm gonna eat this anyway. So then we kind of just went back and chilled, and pack and pick up was cool because you got to see like mile 7-ish of the course, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be beautiful. And I started to get excited for what the next day was gonna have in store. So start time wasn't till 9, which I thought was a little weird because usually it's like 6:30, but I was okay with it. I slept until maybe 7:30, 8, which is when I usually have been waking up anyway. So that was nice that it was consistent with what I've been doing. And then Tyler was able to drive me to the start line and drop me off at the start line, because it was, you started halfway and then you just ran like to the finish line, which is also nice instead of like a point, an out and back, or a loop. So then the whole course was new the whole time. And so, it was Arcata. That's the town that the Mexican was in, because that's where it started. And you started in like this swampy marsh area, which was beautiful. And then you ran up through Arcata and you hooked like a left, and then you just ran around the Humboldt Bay. And like you had views for days, and it would go from like backcountry roads with like cows, but with the bay in the background, so you had water the whole time, and it was just awesome. And when you went over the bridge at mile 11 and 12, although at that point it's hard because you're tired, it was beautiful because you got this whole view of the bay, plus like the mountains in the background, and it made like climbing the hill up to the top worth it. Other than that, it was pretty flat, which was kind of nice. It just kind of sucked that the hill was at mile 11 and 12. And then you went down and you kind of ran through Eureka itself, which was like this cute little town with weird buildings and a funny paint scheme, but I think that might just be California. And actually, during the race, around like mile 4.5, 5, when I was taking my energy gel, I must have dropped my driver's license or something out of my little handheld water bottle, and I didn't notice until mile 6, and I was like crushing it until then. And then once I realized that like I didn't have my ID, which I had on me so that I could get beer at the finish line, my mental game just kind of died, and I dropped off, and I wasn't able to get it after that because I was just so focused and worried about that stupid ID, which they ended up finding and giving to me at the finish line. So shout out to the race directors, because that was awesome. Especially since like we're out here in Oregon for another 2 months, and not having my driver's license or an address to send my driver's license would have really sucked. So yeah, California done. Never have to go back, except I probably will to wine country to at least experience it once. And next up is Vancouver, Washington. I'm doing the Apple Tree half marathon. It's supposed to have like the oldest apple tree in the Pacific Northwest, but basically it's like the closest to where we're staying. That's technically Washington, so that's why I picked it. And also it's on my sister's birthday. Yeah, so basically until then, just trying to run outside as much as I can. Tonight I am at the gym to get my bike workout in for the week. I try to include at least one a week. I've been doing just one a week, so that's good. I'll just be on it for like an hour and then do like a mile or two extra running. And then tomorrow's a speed workout. And Friday, I'm going to run outside to celebrate the end of week 6. I cannot believe that we've already been in Oregon for 6 weeks. And that we only have like 8.5 weeks to go until we go back to Illinois. Like, what? That's crazy. And in the next 6 weeks, or 8 weeks, I am going to be running 2 more half marathons. And I decided that that's going to be it for this year. I've done what? Let's see. Arkansas, Kansas, Minnesota. I did the Flying Pig, but that's because I love it, not to check off a state. Indianapolis, and then California, Oregon, Washington, and I want to say there's one more, but regardless, I think at least 8 half marathons is enough for 1 year. And next year, I'm actually kind of looking at doing more 5Ks and focusing more on speed again versus the endurance component. So my Oregon half marathon is going to be the last one of 2019, and I'm fine with it. It's on my birthday. It is in Coos Bay, Oregon, where Steve Prefontaine is from, and so I'm going to be channeling Pre, and it's going to be great. And then after that, I'm going to just drop my mileage, focus on recovery and speed, but I'm going to recover first. and then start bringing in speed more around like the end of October when we get back home, and just straight 5K training. I'll probably take a week or two off in January of everything completely to just kind of recover, really, because like when I was in cross country, I would take the whole summer off of running, and I was so much faster then. So I feel like maybe resting at least once or twice a year might be the way to go, instead of just grinding every week all year long. So anyway, going back to like max 20-mile weeks, long runs of like 6 to 9 miles instead of these 10, 11, 12 plus mile long runs every week. 2 to 3 speed workouts a week, and really just trying to get outside more, running outside more, regardless of the weather, unless it's dangerous, and try to build that confidence back up that I used to have that's just not there anymore. And I think that this is just like what I need to do. That being said, I think I'm starting a half marathon next April. So that gives me like 6 to 7 months of just straight 5Ks. And I'm so down with that. And then even with that, I think I'm only doing 5 or 6 half marathons next year. Only a few states. Again, totally okay with it. So I am gonna go get this workout in, and then I will see you for my next half marathon in 2 weeks.